One of the secrets of meditation and deep contemplation in prayer, of learning to experience God, giving God an opportunity to reveal himself to us, perhaps would be even a better way of putting it, is a type of contemplative prayer where we learn to silence our thoughts. So the only noise and distraction in prayer is not just outside of us, but it's what happens on the inside of us. Have you ever had the experience where you really are ready to pray and you sit down to pray your rosary or say some of your very favorite prayers, and all of a sudden you find yourself remembering what you need to buy at the grocery store, or what you need to pick up for the kids or for your parents for their birthday or Christmas. Any number of distractions, a part of the house that needs fixing. And I have to say, one of the things I do to help with those is I do keep a list, empty piece of paper and a pen next to me when I pray, so as soon as I think of things, I can take them out of my mind and write them down. Then I know they're there and I don't have to remember them. But a more important form of praying and silencing our thoughts is by beginning to sit up straight, pay attention to the fact that you're breathing. We don't have to labor our breath. We know we're breathing or we wouldn't be here. And just simply become aware of the fact that you are breathing, you're present, you're quiet. And then I always find it helpful to put one hand on one knee, the right hand on the right knee, the left hand on the left knee. There are variations on this. You might even want to touch the fingers together a little bit like this. And just simply be aware that your fingertips are touching. Now that might seem silly at first. This isn't really prayer, it's preparation for prayer. But it is a calming. And St. James in his epistle to the Universal Church says, be calm that you might pray. So obvious, being calm is a necessary prerequisite for prayer. And Isaiah and the Psalms say, be still and know that I am God. So the stillness begins with our physical body. And just the touching of the fingertips or the touching of the hands to the knees, and being conscious of that touching, is what we call an in-body experience. A good example of an in-body experience is, suppose you're preparing a salad for dinner and you're chopping on the chopping block, and your mind is filled with all sorts of distractions. And all of a sudden you cut your finger. What happens to all those thoughts in your mind as soon as you cut your finger? They evaporate, don't they? Because now you have this sharp pain in your finger, and your whole self is focused on this pain. But you're not thinking about anything else. It's completely an incarnate in-body experience. We need to create that as a preparation for deep contemplation. Obviously not by cutting ourselves, by simply being conscious of the fact that one part of our body is touching the other. The mind really can't hold two thoughts at once. And by doing this, you'll find that a lot of the conversation running through your mind begins to evaporate. And now you are ready for the next step in contemplative prayer.